everybody, it's Christopher Naiman. Well, the situation that we have is when I'm using my CoverPro machine and I'm doing the top cover stitch or the top thread, the decorative top thread, I cannot use the seam guide because this top wiper is in the way. So I kept thinking, what can I use? What can I use? What can I use? Well, this plate here, this metal plate, attaches to this machine. This metal plate comes with your binder. It comes with this binder attachment, and then the binder attachment, you have a smaller foot, so they'll fit closer here. Right now it's a standard foot, so I can't go back as far as I can. But anyway, I'm not using the binder or the new foot. I'm just using this metal. Why am I just using the metal? Let me show you. So first of all, I'm going to see where I want my seam allowance. Now I have this seam allowance folded 1 inch. It's a 1 inch fold. And then I'm going to look at my markings here and I'm going to see where do I want that to go, to be placed. Well, I want it to be placed right there. Here's the first marking of the first needle, which I want to cover over the fabric there, the fabric fold. Okay, so I'm going to line up there. Now I need a guide. Well, I got this metal magnetic guide that I have from my industrial machine, and I'm putting it, attaching it right to this metal base here, right? Now, it might be difficult because you got these little indentations where screws go in, but you can make it work. You can definitely make it work. As I'm doing right now, I'm lining it up in there, and I am going to make this puppy work. And it will work. So now I see where I want it, so I'm going to flip this over with the right side up, and I'm going to start cover stitching. Here we go. I got to skip stitch at the end. Sometimes that happens, and I'm still trying to figure out with this machine why that happens. But let's look underneath. See how nice I covered it? And I kept that seam allowance all the way down, but I got a skip stitch there. Why do I have a skip stitch? I don't know. Don't know. So I'm going to fold this other side, and I'm going to iron it, and I'm going to do this again. Okay, so let's get back to this. Why did that do that? I don't know. Because this is a fine weight broadcloth. It's a poly cotton. And I had this set on for fine fabric. But it didn't work right. So let me set it to standard. Let's set it back to standard. And let's try this again. Perfect. So my question is, why would it skip stitches like it did here at the end when I had set for fine on this fine fabric? It's a fluke. Who knows? Now all my settings for my tension, let me show you my tension settings. My tension settings are all at, we've got 4, 4, 4, and then 2.5 for the top cover thread, and then 4 and about 1/4 for the looper. So we're going to do this one more time, and the point I'm trying to make here is nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone with this machine. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright, so there it is. Let me get another piece here and we'll test another one. Alright, I ironed another side, as you can see here. and it's still 1-inch seam allowance that I ironed it, so let's do it again. And this is set to standard. Stitched beautiful. It's stitched absolutely beautiful. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. So 2 things we learned here. You don't know why it reacts the way it does to certain types of fabrics. Another finer fabric, it may need to be set to the fine setting. But this one worked better on the standard setting. And again, this is that fine weight broadcloth that you picked up like when Joann's was open or Walmart. It's very thin. You could see, almost see through it, right? And this is all standard serger thread, but the top is a decorative thread by Superior Threads. It's a decorative, let me show you what it says it was. Superior Threads Rainbow, designed by Marilyn Badger. That's what it is. Let me see if it says anything on the bottom. It is a Trilobo polyester made in Japan, and it's 40 weight. It's a 40 weight. So again, 2 things we learned today. As I'm progressing with this cover stitch machine and trying different things, you're able to see what I've been doing. And then we're able to go from there. Some issues that I've been having is heavier yarns. I'm having issues with trying to do heavier yarns, like this one from Candlelight they used to make. Having issues with that. But other things. Oh, something else I want to point out to you. Okay, so as I was feeding this, I kept having problems with the right needle. And I'm like, what is the problem with this right needle? This tension here. I kept messing with the tension. Then I realized something. The needle wasn't screwed tight enough. Okay? I didn't want to over-tighten things because I know I can have a habit of over-tightening things, but I didn't tighten the needle tight enough. So I reinserted the needle, held it up there with the little needle inserter that comes with this machine, and then I tightened it and gave it a snugger tight with the screwdriver that comes with it, and I didn't have any more issues. As you can see here, we don't have those issues anymore. I got perfect tension on both sides. See? So a lot of little things you have to really pay attention to understand. Now again, the seam allowance here is magnetic, and this was for industrial sewing. And you can pick this up wherever they sell in industrial supplies, eBay, anywhere. I know a lot of you are Amazon shoppers, so if that's what you want to buy from Amazon, go right ahead. Now here's some regular metallic thread I put on from my upper swiper, my top cover, which was very pretty. And again, I kept trying with the candle light, but that yarn just wasn't working. Just wasn't working. But the Ricky Timms I did the other day, the Razzle Dazzle, which you saw in the previous video, that was beautiful for the top cover stitch. So bottom line is, like the Razzle Dazzle worked great for a top cover stitch, but the thicker yarn like the Candlelight, which they still have, but not in all the colors because they stopped making a lot of them, just won't work on this. Then I had this yarn here. I'm still going to try to conquer this. This is called Decor by Madeira, and Decor number 6 it's called. I don't know if that's the weight of this or if that's just the name of it, but I was trying to do this and it was messing up. So I'm going to still conquer that and see what the setting is for this to get it right. But there's so much you can learn on this machine. This machine does have its limitations, but it also has perks that others don't have. So again, seam guide, perfect, because the other seam guide, like I said, that you would use without the swiper will not work with the swiper. So I had to come up with a way to find a seam guide, and this one works perfect. There are other attachments too, but the other one's a little, I don't know, I just like doing this because I can adjust this so much easier, as you saw. Just adjust that, and it just worked perfect as you just witnessed now. So if you have this seam allowance, If you have this binder attachment with this plate, get yourself this magnetic seam guide, and you'll have perfect cover stitching on top and bottom. Okay, guys? All right, take care. Till my next video, happy sewing.